few more ghosts of the Western Front here. The German part of it anyway. To start with, we have a Commission 88. The Commission 88 was the Imperial German Army's first smokeless powder cartridge rifle. This particular one was made in Danzig in 1898. Be nice if that would focus. There we go. You can see it's S marked for the later Spitzer bullet. It is converted, 1905 conversion, to use magazines, the clips. And it is fully matching. This particular commission is a Great War bringhome by a USGI. Underneath that barrel jacket, that barrel is in the white and looks absolutely brand new. I'm not going to take it apart just now, but just an oddity when I took it down. This rifle spent about 60 or 70 years up on the wall of a VFW post upstate. You can see it is unit marked. And the jacket is in surprisingly good condition. They tend to get a little dented up. A lot of these rifles were recently brought in from Turkey, and you can always tell them because they have the little half moon cut out right here, which you can see is not present in this rifle. And it is definitely a ghost of the Great War. That receiver is in the white, and that's correct for this model. That's how they were. Now, the second two rifles are your standard GEW98s. Both of them are USGI bringhomes. One from the Great War, one from the Second World War. We have a 1906 Spandau. Gewehr, by the way, simply means rifle in German. This is fully matching. Every part of it. What I like about these things, see if I can show you here. The sling obviously is reproduction. If you notice that even the takedown screws there, see it says 00 on it, last two digits of the serial number. They even numbered the screws. That must have been insane in the field to keep parts like parts. I mean, that's probably why we have so many mismatched rifles today, one of the reasons anyway. You see the original ramp sight there. And it's a very clean bore. Nice and shiny, good lands, good grooves. I have fired this rifle. It shoots very well. Typical of the large ring Mausers of this period. Very, very nice construction. Now this rifle has a little bit extra to it that not every Gewehr has. This is an EWB marked rifle. Now the EWB was a right-wing post-war Bavarian militia operating in 1918-1919 in post-war Germany. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that in German. I don't speak German and my German pronunciation absolutely sucks. You can look it up. EWB. They were like the Freikorps, but different. Same basic idea. They were doing the same things. Cracking communist heads and putting down revolutionaries, that sort of thing. Until the Allies moved in and occupied Germany and put a stop to it. A GI picked this rifle up sometime in 1919, 1920, occupied Germany and brought it home. Probably with a very bloody history, first of the trenches and then of the street fighting in post-war Germany. EWB rifles don't come up that often, and I was lucky to acquire this one, especially one in such original condition. You don't see that many Gewehrs these days that are this original. This is 100%. What you see here is what it was in during the Great War. Now the last rifle is a post-war refurbished Gewehr. This is a 1917 DWM, Deutsche Waffen- und Munitionsfabriken. Let's see if we can get a look at the markings there. Come on. Sometimes this camera could really be a pain in the ass. I guess it's not going to cooperate. Oh, there we go. Almost had it. What I'll simply do is pick it up and bring it closer to the light. Maybe we can get a better look at it that way. Let's see. Will it lock now? Oh, there we go. That's the DWM marking on there. You can see it's been reblued. Post-war, post-Great War, I should say. It has, come on, the S-42 mark sight. That's a Weimar-era German replacement. When Germany was secretly rearming, this was one of the things they were doing, is taking these rifles, updating them with more modern sights, and reissuing them to the German army. Other than that, it remains like any gewehr, pretty much the same as it was during the Great War. Now, I do have a bayonet for this, but of course I managed to lose it somewhere. It'll turn up. Maybe in the future I'll show it. It's a big, long, wicked looking thing called the butcher bayonet, with good reason. A few little relics here. These are original First World War Iron Crosses. These are all captures. I bought each one of these from local families whose relations had brought these home from the Great War. These are made silver, sterling silver, and iron, hence of course the Iron Cross. 1914, the Great War. I do not collect Nazi relics, so I don't have any Second World War ones handy, but they look pretty much the same, except they said 1939, had a swastika on them. And then here we have a little interesting trinket. It's just a 1918 half-mark piece. Last year of the war in Germany. Nice little German eagle on there, which would probably look better if it wasn't upside down. There we go. The gewehrs, of course, both chamber and fire, the regular 8mm round. The commission also is 8mm, but a slightly different cartridge. It's 318 bullet instead of 323, as you find in the gewehrs, 898s. This was the rifle that started the German army off on its quest for modern weapons. Didn't last very long. It was replaced only a few years later by the gewehr 98. But it soldiered on. During the Great War, there were a number of shortages of weapons, and they simply had to use the older ones where they could get away with it. And they decided, I guess at some point, to get rid of that barrel jacket. Probably was damaged far too easily. Oh, I didn't show you the other side. There we go. Why don't we turn that around? And you can see what they do here. They number the barrel, the receiver, even the stock. That nice script GEW98 for gewehr. And you can see how they put the OO right up here. Let's see if you can see that. I bring even the small parts of the sight. Now, who was going to take that apart to clean it and then would have to worry about getting it back together? And why it would matter, who knows? That's just what they did. There's an A on there, reason unknown, at least to me. Come on, focus. It doesn't want to focus. I won't worry about that. And this, of course, is a standard K98 bayonet, which would have been used during World War II with this gewehr. That also is a GI bringhome. About 30 years ago, 25 years ago, when I was collecting a lot of this stuff, it was very easy to pick up GI bringhomes because a lot of GIs simply were unloading their stuff. And it was all available fairly cheap. Now you go on Gunbroker, they want an arm and a leg, your bank account, your credit cards, and everything under the sun for some of this stuff. Like pouches and clips, and I don't even know what Iron Crosses are going for these days, but you can bet I didn't pay a hell of a lot for those. And there you go. That's a look at some Great War relics that don't see the light of day too often. At least not around here. I don't shoot these all that much. Most of my 8mm shooting is done with my Turkish Mausers. See, even these are marked on every part. Every part of this rifle has a serial number on it, or part of the serial number. And that should do it. Nope. Let's see, get a nice wide shot there. And if I find a bayonet, I'll put it in some future video.